Up to now, we've been creating very orthogonal forms. The best way to learn how to draw angular shapes is by adding a simple gable roof to this cube. First, let's do it in a quick, rough manner. All I have to do is draw a ridge line and then use the Move tool to pull it up. Many times, however, you'll wish to draw more accurately so that reliable measurements can be taken later on. If this is the case, you need to be deliberate with SketchUp, just as when constructing a precise drawing on paper. For example, if I try to draw the gable end by eyeballing where the ridge should be, it may look correct, but a change of view reveals that it isn't. Creating edges that are not in one of the standard orthogonal directions, red, green, or blue, can give unexpected results if not constructed properly. Fortunately, SketchUp offers many easy ways to do so. One of the simplest methods is to first locate a target point. While drawing lines, I will simply touch the midpoint of this segment, and as I move up in the blue axis, the midpoint is used for alignment. As I create the sloped edges, SketchUp fills in the closed shape. You can think of this as adding skin to the wireframe. Whenever a closed boundary is created where all edges lie in the same plane, the surface is filled automatically. This is a key feature of SketchUp. Notice that there are now two surfaces on the gable ends. Using the Erase tool, I can combine or heal any coplanar surfaces into one. I can simply click on it to erase. Multiple edges may be erased by rubbing them while pressing the mouse button. When I release, the elements selected will be erased. Removing these edges caused the attached faces to be destroyed since there is no longer a closed boundary to define those faces. Another method uses the tape measure tool to create a dashed construction line. These act similar to edges for inferring or for snapping, but do not create closed boundaries nor create geometry. Simply click and drag off an edge to pull off a parallel distance. Like all actions in SketchUp, I can type in a value during or afterwards to specify the offset distance. While drawing the vertical construction line, I can place it directly at the midpoint via an inference. Lines will now snap to the construction lines in any intersections they form. The Protractor tool is another good way to define sloped edges reliably. Moving the protractor over a surface aligns it in that plane. I'll first select the center location for the protractor by clicking a point. The second step is to define the orientation of the bottom edge by selecting a second point. The final step is to swing the cursor around to the desired angle. By staying near the protractor, the angle will snap to 5-degree increments. Alternatively, I can type in 8:12 to indicate an 8:12 slope for my gable end. Now I can draw in the sloping edge while inferring up from the midpoint of the base edge in the blue direction. Yet another method allows you to draw a form in elevation. I can use the Push-Pull tool to push this face back. If I release while touching an edge of a parallel back face, the form I push will be subtracted. There are many more ways to draw than we can show you here, so feel free to experiment and explore.